Yo, back with kids.
Back.
Another one.
What's up? I'm back. We're back. Now this right here is this is probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in the county jail, bro. You know, by far the craziest thing. Now, if somebody was telling me this story, I probably wouldn't believe it. You know, but this is like 20. This is when we got when the cops raided your house and they found the gun and all that, and I was doing the violation.
Yeah.
Well, this is back then, so it was. There used to be now in the county jail. There's these modules. So you walk up in the county jail. It's the 2000 floor, and on the 2000 floor, it's a hallway, and then on the hallway there's 4 doors, and each one of those doors is a module, and the modules are 22, 24, 26, 28, 20, 21, 23, 25, 27. I was in 26, 28. I was in module 26, 2800, which at the time was probably like one of the most violent off-the-hook modules in the whole county jail. Inside these modules, when you walk in, there's 8 tiers of 13 cells. There's 4 on top, and then there's stairs.
This call is being recorded.
It is set up like the 4000. Is it like the same kind of, or is it different inside the doors?
No, it's different. Like you walk in and you're facing bars, and then there's 4 modules. There's 4 tiers of 13 cells on the top. And then you walk, and then to your left, there's a little staircase, and there's 4 tiers of 13 cells on top. Now, at the time, there was 6 people in the bottom tier in each cell, and 4 people at the top. But now there's only 2 people in the top tier, and 4 people in the bottom. Now, when you make a left, there's these little day rooms on the side of the module, and they're 2601 day room, 2401 day room. And at the time, because all the overcrowding in county jail, there was bunks in there. There's bunks and phones. And so, like, those were probably some of the most dangerous places in the county. I'm not going to lie, bro. There would be, like, there was no assigned bunks. They just throw you in the day room, and there'd be, like, one side would be black, one side would be white, and then, like, the white boys, if there was any, would be, like, by the shitter or some shit, you know? You know what I mean? Like, wherever, like, they could squeeze in. So.
And I ended up in one of those dorms one time. I remember. I'm not sure where it was, but you know where the high-powered dudes, not 1750, but the other high-powered dudes where they have them back there? Was that 3000? Yeah, I was in one of those dorms right there, I think, for one of them.
Yeah.
For, like, a little while.
Now they're closed. They don't have nothing in there. They got a few tables and a dip bar with some vending machines. Like they closed them, and some phones. So I'm in there. I'm the only white guy in there, dude. Now the day before this dude gets kicked out of the gang module, and he comes to this day room for some reason, and he's living in the day room with us. I'm not gonna say any names, but he got caught up in this Rampart Division scandal back in that time, right? So he had money, so he was paying the right people, right? So he was the shot caller for all the Southern Mexicans on the 2000 floor, and he came to this day room, and he liked to drink. And I remember him, like, he was real obnoxious and controlling, and, like, they were bringing him drink, right? And it was store night. I just, like, shaved my head. I got canteen that you bought me, that you put money on my book so I can go to canteen, right? This is how long we've been doing this together, bro. This is when I was 23 years. This is 17 years ago, 18 years ago, you know? So.
No, that would have been, we would have been 21 then.
Yeah, we were young. This is a long time ago. So now we go, and it's store night. So he comes in, and he's like, dude's drinking. He starts to drink, right? And he starts putting on this show. And he's like, and this goes on all night, but he puts on this show, and he's like, he starts to harass the paisas.
This call is being recorded.
And for those that don't know what paisas are just like are Mexicans that were born in Mexico. They don't have no gang affiliation. They just run paisa. But so he starts harassing this young paisa, and he asks him what he's busted for. And he's like, oh, well, I'm busted for domestic violence. And so he puts his arm around him, and he tells him, you like to hit women? You like to hit women? Oh, well, now you're my bitch. And he puts his arm around him, and he kisses him on the cheek, right?
He's all drunk at this point?
Yeah, at this point, he's drunk.
He's all pedo?
Yeah, right? So
That's a dangerous
So,
situation too. I never liked being like when I worked in PIA, when I was behind the wall, like dude, getting drunk in those settings with a bunch of dudes that just don't give a fuck is like I never
yeah,
liked
it's
it.
not.
I never liked it.
Yeah, that's why the cops trip on booze so much, because it just creates problems. Like, this dude just created a problem for everybody in there. I'm the only dude in there, so he's like saying how the blacks and the outsiders are the real soldiers, and the whites and the Pisces are all pieces of shit. He's like, all you Pisces are all creeps and all weirdos and all this. And he's like, as a matter of fact, and mind you, he's got another homie in there orchestrating all this. Like, he's telling somebody else to do this, right? So what he does is he has all the homies in the dorm smash the Pisces for 13 seconds. For three times he does this. Boom, boom, boom. He does it 3 times. He gets all their store, and he flushes their canteen down the toilet because he doesn't want to steal their stuff. So what he does, he just takes it and he throws it away. And then
Stealing it's no good, so I feel like
right.
throwing it away is better.
Yeah, exactly. He's just doing whatever he wants, and I'm
Drunk.
tripping on this because drunk and violent, and he's like, and he gets the kitty for all the homies, and he splits it half between them and half between the blacks and half between the homies, right? And this is when you know like he's really drunk, because that's supposed to be going somewhere. And then and he's torturing the Pisces. He was making these Pisces like get on their knees, and he had this little stick, and he's whacking them on their head. And then he says, and then he goes, all right, main event. I'm the only white guy in there. He goes, main event. Now this is what I want you to do. He goes, hey Wood. He goes, what I want you to do is pick 13 camaradas to fight for 13 seconds one-on-one. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you're going to fight 13 homies one-on-one back-to-back for 13 seconds. And I go, I'm not doing that, bro. He's like, oh, you're doing it. So.
And then how's the essays at this point? Are they all like supporting him, or are they just looking at this dude like he's way out too at this point?
No, that's the thing. Like everybody was like just going with it. There was only one dude and he was from San Fernando. He was this essay that I fucked with that was like, no, I'm not going to fight the Wood. I'm not going to do it. For what? I'm not doing it, you know? So what happened was, like, he's orchestrating me fighting all these dudes, right? And he's like, who do you want to fight first? Well, so I proceeded to fight 15 people one-on-one back-to-back. The ones that were beating me up real bad, he was having them go twice. So, like, all the little YA bases and shit that were molly-whopping me pretty good, he was having me fight them twice, you know? So, after that, while this was going on, right, he's got what he did, because he has one of his homies, like, orchestrate.
This call is being recorded.
What he does is he makes a little tent over one of the bunks, right? I don't know this until all this is over, because I'm over here fighting, but then, like, so after 15 people, I told the dude, I'm like, bro, I just fought 15 people. You said 13. I'm like, it's cool. I'm done. Like, it's over, right? And everybody shook my hand. They're like, all right, it's cool.
Have you seen any of those guys since that day?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, and there's one of them that I've seen a few times. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you at the end of the story how this whole thing plays out. This is crazy. So, and I've never told you this, have I?
Yeah, no, I think you told me when it happened.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, I've heard about it before. I know that.
Yeah, because my brother finds out and everything. Like, my brother was my cellie at the end of this, and it's crazy. But like, so after
I got a story to say to this too. When we're done, I just don't want to stop you from telling your story. Like, I got something that kind of happened like this, sort of.
After I fight all these dudes, like I said, he's got a little tent made. So what he does now, this dude that he said it was his bitch, this is a kid, bro. I mean, he's like fresh 18, 19 years old. What he does is he takes that little kid into the tent, right? And he fucks him. Like, he raped him, dog, you know? And I know he did, but I didn't see it with my eyes, but he's in the tent, bro. But like you know,
being a weirdo.
You know, it's nasty, bro. Like, just to think that about that part of it is just disgusting. But he does that, and you could tell right when the little kid comes out the tent, bro, like his pants are all fucked up, and you could tell like his life's changed forever from that point on, you know. And then he tells the homie that's orchestrating all this, he goes, bring me another one, right? And so the dude's like, here, this is the Pisces he's doing this to, which are his people, bro. You know, they're just not gang members, pretty much. He grabs another Pisces. The Pisces willingly goes in this little tent with that dude, and the dude goes, that one's too ugly, bring me another one. Right? So dude's like, he tries to bring another one, and the Pisces is like, this Pisces is like, I'm not going for it. I'm not doing it.
It sounds like some Florida shit.
Yeah, I know. This shit don't happen, bro. Like, this is the only time I've ever experienced something like this before, right? So he goes, bring me another one. The dude's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going in there. I'll fight like the wood. Did they try to grab him? And, right, this is going on all night.
He's like, I'll fight like the white boy.
Yeah, I'll fight like the white boy did. So he goes, and as he's going, he runs. He's running to the door, right? And as he's running to the door, this old black dude jumps off his bunk, runs to the door too, and they start yelling for the cops, right? Help, 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 yelling.
This call is being recorded.
All the cops come in. They bring out all the Pisces. They put them on one side of the hallway. They bring all the Mexicans. They put them on one side of the hallway. They bring me out. They sit me in the middle of the hallway. And the Pisces are telling them what's going on. So at first, before that, like he tells me, hey, Wood, go and get all these Pisces names because I want to run a check on them and make sure they're not sex offenders. So in the beginning of the night, I went around and got all their names. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm thinking I'm the only white dude in there. I'm thinking I'm going to get fucked up. You know, people die in those day rooms. So I'm doing what this was telling me. I'm spooked, bro. The Pisces tell them that I was doing that. So what they do is they go and they put me with the essays, right? And then as the story unfolds, the Pisces are telling them, they grab me and they take me away from the Southsiders, and they're like, oh, I want to know where your 13 victims are. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Just put me back in the dorm. So they put me back in the dorm. They take all of them dudes to wherever, the hole. They take that dude, they put him in high power, and then like 3 weeks later, I seen him walking down the hallway, and he's got a spit mask on, and they're walking him down the hallway like Hannibal Lecter, right? Now, I would say, and then the next day, the white boys come, and they're like, where's the white dude, you know? And then that's when they give me a job and hire me, and I'm like, where were all the white boys 2 days ago? I've been here 2 weeks by myself, you know? But so they got me a job. I got fired for having cigarettes like a week later, but the next, 10 years later, right? I'm in Lancaster for reception, bro. Okay? I'm sitting there and I'm about to start serving food, bro, right? And I look to my right, and standing right next to me, bro, is that dude, bro. That dude that did that in the day room, right? And I look
Does
at
he
him
remember you?
And he goes, you know what he tells me? He goes, bro. He goes, and mind you, my brother's my celly. He goes, bro, you look familiar. And I looked at him and I said, I'm that white boy from the day room, homeboy. And he looked at me, and I swear to God, bro, he looked like he just seen a ghost, homeboy, because like homeboy's no good, bro. Like all the homies.
Yeah, I mean you do that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rap for him, but it's 10 years later, like nobody knows about this. So I tell the homeboy Snickers, I'm like, hey, bro, I tell him the story, I tell him what's happening, and he's like, bro, you really can't do nothing, like you don't have no paperwork. All you're gonna basically do is go and tell another race that their people's a rapist, bro, and you have no paperwork. You're just gonna create problems for yourself, right? So later on that night, come to find out he's in the same building as me, right? Come to find out, like later, he's in the same building. He comes to my cell and he sees that my brother is my cellie, right? And so he's like, now he's on my nuts. He's like, hey, your brother is solid. You know, your brother's a real solid dude. Your brother's with the business. And then he tells me, he's like, go ahead and I'm going to the store this week, so go ahead and fill yourself out of a $50 store list, and I'm gonna get you whatever you need. And then ever since then, every month he was like cashing me out, not to say nothing, which I wasn't gonna say nothing anyway because it was gonna create like problems for me, bro. But it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that thing happens, dude. And my brother tripped out too. He's like, that's crazy, dude. Like a lot of people think because of what's portrayed on the TV that we rape and fuck and do all that, but like on the main line in California, dog, we're not doing none of that, bro. Like,
no,
you know, like that shit ain't going down.
This call is being recorded.
When you do see something like that, it's nuts, you know?
And then my other story to go back, I almost had to fight a bunch of essays one time, but luckily I just got in and this fucking little essay, bro, like a little young dude was just being an asshole, dude, and felt like me, wanted to pick on me, and I wasn't taking it, bro. And I was just like, you know, if you want it, bro, I'll fight you one-on-one. Come in the cell. Let's go. And he didn't want it, so he went to try to, and at this point, I didn't even know who had it for the essays or anything. And he's like trying to get him, fucking, let's go get this white boy, fucking, let's shoot, light him up. And then the homie that has the keys was cousin to one of the homies from the hood that we grew up with. And I didn't notice. And he comes up and he's like, not this white boy. That's my cousin's homie. He's all, if you want a one-on-one, but we're not jumping this white boy. And then he came over after me and told me who he was. And I was just like, wow, dude, like, I was like crazy. That's how I realized how small of a world it was. Like, I even know this dude. Like, he knew who I was, you know, from the hood. And I was just like, wow, like, thank God.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's cool, like, looking back at it, dude, but, like, at that point in time, like you're like a lone survivor in that motherfucker, dude. And, like, the main objective at that point in your life, bro, is to protect yourself, dude. Like, you know what I mean? And make sure that like, you come out somewhat on top of the situation, because you're not going to win, dude. You know, you're not. You know,
no, just make it another day.
Yeah, to think that you're going to, like, win or go up against a bunch.
This call is being recorded.
Come on, that ain't going to happen, dude, you know? Like that old story of, like, did you ever hear the old story of, like, the Chinese, like, dude in the chow hall back in the day in LA County?
Oh, I think so.
Where, like, he flipped out and, like, they had to, like, and he was, like, karate chopping a bunch of cops, and they had to, like, call his dad into the county jail to stop him. That's like, that's not going to happen, dude, you know? That's stuff you see on movies.
That's like an old county jail. Like, is it true?
I don't know.
Dude, but I wouldn't doubt that it's full of shit either.
I mean, they're not going to, I don't think it's true. They're not going to bring somebody into the county jail and, like,
at that point, they would have just maced them.
They're going to, mace them. I mean, they didn't have tasers back then.
But, yeah, I don't give a fuck how tough you are, bro. You're not fighting fucking gallons of mace.
And that's back in the day when the cops were, like, you know, 6'2", 18-inch arms, you know?
They're not like that anymore?
No.
Yeah, you don't run into, what's probably not going to like recording this, what's the sheriff gangs?
Oh, no, none of that's happening, bro. It's gone, dude, you know, because I think that dude's even doing that jail time that he owes right now. Baca.
Yeah, but there's still more. Like, I just seen on the news the other day that supposedly to get into their gang or whatever, they say they have to shoot somebody. And, like, there's a bunch of documentaries about it, a bunch of stuff. They all keep denying it. But, I mean, a bunch of people are coming through saying that there's cop gangs and that to get into the gang and get their little tattoos, they have to, like, kill somebody. And they said they carry, like, throwaway guns on them to put by the, like, just crazy stuff, dude.
Really?
Yeah, have you guys listened to this? I ain't saying it's y'all. I'm just saying what I've seen.
This call is being recorded.
I don't want to smut up the sheriffs too much.
Yeah, you want to shine a light on it. They don't know, though. The cat's out the bag, dude. Everybody already knows how grimy they are. But
no, man, one time I had right there in the East Max, the dude was like, come here to the gate. And I was like, all right, don't put your shoes on. Bro, I ain't getting up this bed and put my shoes on. I told you, don't put your shoes on. Well, I put my shoes on, walked to the front, and he fucking tried to, like, throw me in, like, a hold or something, dude. And then I just laughed. And then I got 3 weeks in the hole for that.
Really?
Right there in East Max. When you were there, we were trying to go to school, but they wouldn't let me.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, the homeboy's trying to give me some food the other day, and and I was coming from the phone. He had it in his hand. He's in the dorm next to me, and the sheriff was like, he's just getting trained, and he's like, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you think I can get that food? And he's like, you were over there, bullshitting on the phone for 10 minutes, and I was like, no, I wasn't. And he's like, yeah, you were, and he's like, no, ask me later, and I'm like, never mind, dude. I don't want shit from you, dude. And I walked away, and then they were trying to get me the food that night, and then like this lady cop comes in. She's like, call him out here and let me talk to him. And then that's when I told him, I'm like, look, I don't like talking to the cops. I don't ever come and ask you guys for anything. I go out of my way not to come out here and talk to cops. I just don't, because I don't want to go through this exchange that we're having right now. I don't want to go through this. I'm tired. Like, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I'm tired of you guys having a hold on me, and I'm tired of letting some dude like dictate whether I can get some food or not when I've just seen 20 other inmates do the same thing. You don't have to make a story up. If you want to tell me no, all you have to do is tell me no. You know? And then she was like, well, I'm his training officer, and I just wanted to show him how, you know, and I was like, yo, well, at that point, like, he's telling me one thing, and I'm telling him that he's lying. So, like, there's nothing to talk about, you know. And then she finally let me get the food, and she was like, she thinks that there's good cops, and there probably is, but like, I mean, it's few and far between. She's probably, if that's her attitude, she's probably gonna quit the sheriff's department within the next few years.
Yeah, no, it's because like you'll come across decent ones, all right ones, and it's like that time you need a cool one is the time you get the asshole one, and you're just like, bro, like this ain't the time I need the asshole one. Like I could have had the asshole one yesterday when I wasn't tripping, you know, but like today I need, you know, and it's just like
that's why I'm like, wow. Like right now, because I was out on bail. I wasn't doing anything wrong when I got arrested. I was just walking down the street. I mean, yeah, I had a felony warrant for my arrest, but like I'm just walking down the street. I'm smoking a backwood, and I'm blowing some a backwood, and the cop just rolls right up to me, and he's like, what's up? And you know what happens after that? Are you on parole or probation? And like, I know that I got a warrant. I don't know. I didn't try to run or anything. I just told him who I was, and the whole time he's like lying to me, like, oh, everything's cool. You're just gonna get in the back of the car, make sure you're good, and then you're gonna go. We'll let you go. And like, I'm knowing that this guy knows I have a felony warrant, and like the whole time he's just lying to me, telling me that I'm good, but I know I'm not fucking good. You're taking me to jail. I'm far from good, dude. And then he's like telling his partner, like, oh yeah, the other night that arrest that we made, he's like, I felt good about that one, but I feel really good about this one. We got a major player of the Peckerwood gang off the streets, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was just walking on the street, dude.
Yeah, people are crazy.
You didn't get no call. You didn't do nothing. I was just walking on the street. You know where I was too?
Where?
I was on Crockett and Clybourne, bro. I was probably right in front of her. I was probably right in front of our old house, dog.
No, I rode my bike through there the other day, and I was trying to find it. I think I seen it, but it was like everything was like bushes were different. Everything was different, and I was just like, damn, dude. It's just a trip. I like when I ride the bike around. I go cut through like the old neighborhoods and like go see shit. But yeah, when I got the bike impounded last week, like the cop wasn't even trying to hear it. I mean, I know the registration was old, and I got it all fixed now and got it back, but the cop didn't like give me a fix-it ticket or nothing, just took the bike, just everything, and I'm just like, bro, like, I have a motorcycle license. I was just like, whatever, dude, like, you know, but after he did that, because he was like playing it cool the whole time, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm taking your bike. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm taking the bike. And I'm like, I just got off the bike. I didn't say another word to him. After that, I signed a ticket and just turned around and walked away. He's still trying to like say stuff to me, and I was just like, whatever, dude. Got nothing to say to you now. I get it, a fix-it ticket, bro, but you're going to take my bike, dude? Not only do I have a fix-it ticket, now it cost me $1,000 to get my bike out. And it's like, I have a license. I get it. If I didn't have a license, I didn't have nothing, then it would, you know, it still suck, but then I would still sort of get it. I have a license, bro. Like, you're just out here to giving people bad days every day. But that was pretty good. We got a little story going right there.
Yeah, I'll call you next week.
1 minute remaining.